Hey everyone, my name's Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I'm going to break down exactly how the Boomkarts work in Heroes of Mavia, because recently their AI pathing got changed and there's been a lot of questions on how exactly do they work, why are they not working like I think. Some people think they're still broken, some people absolutely love it. Once you understand the main mechanics of how they work, it is very simple to move forward with using them, and you can start smashing bases really consistently too. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
I want to play.
I've got three main examples for you guys, and then the last one we're just going to see a full attack. So I want to show you here, the way that Boomkarts work is you have to open a 3-wall segment to get to the second layer and remove any trash behind that first layer of wall. Corner is an exception, so that's why when I started with that corner, I was able to get right into that second layer. Now you can see there was a big enough opening in that top part for me to send my Boomkarts right in, and then I just had to get that other first layer wall. So remember, 3-wall segment has to be open, all trash behind the first layer of the wall has to be clear to get to a second layer of a wall, and the corner is the exception with the 3-wall segment. So that was the first great example. Now I'm going to jump into this one. Now this one's interesting because I want to show you why I picked this one to highlight. So you can see the Boomkarts are actually going a little bit down to the right because they're going to that enclosed structure with the aircraft factory in there. So you can see I'm dropping down, but they're actually going up and around. It's because that structure is enclosed behind the walls there. So that's a really important thing to note. Once you understand the mechanics, things will work as they are supposed to, but sometimes there can be some things that surprise you like this. So once again, I just made the 3 holes, we punched into the base, we're good to go. Okay, so moving on to the next one. This one I thought would be a great example for you guys too, because we're also gonna we've got that opening, we got the corners just like the first base. So like I said, the corner's the exception. So you can see it's going right through into the corner. We don't need the 3-wall segment open, even though we actually had 3 walls. And then up here, we're just going into the second layer because once again, the 3 walls were open. So just to reiterate, you need to get to the second layer of a wall, all trash has to be cleared behind the first layer of wall. You also need a 3-wall segment open in order for the Boomkart to get to the second layer as well. And then the corners of a base are the exception when it comes to the 3-wall segment. So another great example is you can save your Boomkarts and wait for your army to move through a base. Once all the trash has been cleared, you can do a late deployment on Boomkarts and actually punch really deep into a base. I've been able to go as far as 3 layers deep. I think there's been one case where there was a 4th layer I was trying to experiment with, but it was kind of hard to understand if it really was the 4th layer or not. But what I really like about this is it's easy to understand, very difficult to master. And that's exactly what we want for an esports focus. It turns the attacks from these spam style attacks into more precision oriented attacks. On high level wars, when we do get that feature, you're going to have to be very careful with the timing of the deployment of your Boomkarts and probably bring quite a few just to make sure that you're prepared to punch far enough into the base.
I want to play.
I am a huge fan with this change. Now, I will admit, there is the occasional exception. There has been a few wonky things that have happened that didn't quite make sense to me. And so I do think that they might need to be improved slightly or just fix a couple bugs or things like that down the road. But in my opinion, I'd say they're 90-95% there. And I'm very happy with the change that came. And I'm absolutely loving using Boomkarts now. So I hope this really helped you guys out. I just want to say, thank you so much for being subscribed to the channel. And of course, use creator code GROTH in game to help support all kinds of fun Alliance and Mavia events and giveaways. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.